This video is on how to add and subtract decimals. This will be a short one because a lot of you did this last year with money. The most important thing I have kids do when we add and subtract decimals is use this line paper. If you use your line paper sideways, it will keep you from making crazy, silly mistakes. So I'm going to go through a couple of example problems with you. The problems are going to be in word problems and sometimes listed out like this. The most important thing to remember when you're adding and subtracting decimals is to line up the dots. If you just remember this one thing, you will not miss these, and they're going to be really, really easy for you. So I've got to make sure these decimals line up. So I'm going to write 2 3/10 and 39 hundredths. And when you line them up, you're going to have crazy little wonky spots that come up. Just put a 0 there. Just put that placeholder 0. You don't really need him. But it kind of helps you line everything up and add it up correctly. 0 plus 9 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 0 is 2. And your decimal drops like a rock. It always stays in the same spot. So the answer to this is 2 69 hundredths. Sometimes you will have subtraction problems that look like this. These are the ones that kids usually make mistakes on, so be careful. If you don't see a decimal after a whole number, just put it there. It's always there. But we never taught you guys 2 decimal plus 2 decimal equals 4 decimals. We don't use decimals on whole numbers. It doesn't make sense. But when we're subtracting decimals, now I need it there. So I'm going to add a decimal and add some zeros. So 8 decimal, 7 decimal, 0, 9. I'm subtracting. I'm going to add 2 zeros here. And when you're subtracting decimals, you usually have to borrow quite a bit. I'm going to borrow from the 8. This becomes a 9. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 0 is 9. And 7 minus 7 is 0. My decimal stays lined up on the line. It does not move. I'm going to show you one more. This is 2 7/10 minus 1 4 thousandths. I'm going to write 2 7/10, 1 4 thousandths. I've got empty spots, so I have to add zeros. And then I'm just going to subtract. You're going to have to do some borrowing. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 0 is 9. 6 minus 0 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. And I'm done. So as long as you're lining up the dots, this is a very, very easy section. Sometimes they have money questions, and those are even more obvious because if you're adding $2.25 plus 85 cents, you already know from what you did last year, you're just lining up the decimal. And when you're working with money, you're never going to go past the hundredths place. So you'll be able to easily line these up and get your solution. But the money questions are usually super easy. Sometimes they want you to do like a checkbook register or a balance, but you've had that in 4th grade as well. And you just need to get familiar with the words deposit means money goes in to the bank. So when you deposit money, you add. If you withdraw money, you subtract. And the balance is just what you have in your account. These honestly are the three most important things to remember when you have money questions that have to do with bank questions, going to the bank, getting paid, things like that. Just make sure you remember that deposit means you're adding money. Money is going into the bank. Withdraw means money is going out of the bank. And the balance is what you have after the money goes out or in. Hope that helps.